Now, look at mistake number 2 is certification over hands-on labs or project work. Now, I discuss with tons and tons of guys or probably 10, 15 guys almost on a daily basis. When they come and talk to me, the first thing I ask them, hey, what are they doing? They might be doing, oh, I'm preparing for cloud certification. I'm doing this certification. I'm doing that certification. Whereas what they should be doing and focusing is on hands-on lab or the project work. So if you're attending the interviews but not getting offer letters, or employers are asking for experience, you're focusing too much into certification, not doing hands-on lab, not doing project work so you can write in your experience. So another question I want to ask you is, hey, between certification versus experience, which one will you rate better? Or let's suppose you are going for you're an interviewer and you get two resumes. One person is have tons and tons of certification, but then if you ask technical questions, if you ask them, have you done these things, or they can't tell you whether they've done it or have not done any project. Whereas another person have done the hands-on, have actually worked on the cloud and have done the project, but doesn't have certification. Which one will you pick? Put it the cert or experience, left or right? I can say experience, experience, yes. So experience, right, absolutely. Because what people do is they focus a lot on certification, whereas what you should be doing is you should be focusing on hands-on lab. So what are the hands-on lab on? For example, you're doing DevOps and cloud, you should be doing actually creating an account in cloud without even have a job. You can start implementing these things because cloud comes available for their free account. You can practice those things. You can create an account. You can configure Linux or shell scripting if you're working on DevOps. You can create Git, Jenkins, CI/CD pipelines, or you can configure, install Docker, create some hands-on labs, do the project work, or maybe install Kubernetes, which is again containerized solutions, or Ansible, which is a configuration management. Or maybe you want to do Azure DevOps pipelines. You can build them absolutely even before even before you get a job. Or maybe AWS DevOps or Terraform. Or maybe do hands-on on AWS, for example, compute, create virtual machines, storage, networking, storage, different type of storage you can create, or maybe define networks if you're coming from a networking background. Maybe you are a DBA, or you are coming from a analytics or data analytics. So you configure these, perform these hands-on labs, or maybe you're coming, if you want to go more on an operations side, infrastructure guy, automation, configuration management, you can do all of these. Maybe you have done some migration, or maybe try one or two migrations where you migrate the databases, applications from on-premise to cloud. You can do all these things even before a job. Or maybe if you're doing same thing for the Azure as well and so on, and do some real-time projects you can write in your resume as in your CV. So if you have done these things and you go to an employer and say who's asking for experience, so you write down and say, yeah, I've done all these things, put them into the project work. How to get hold of these? I'm going to talk towards and about this in a minute. So if you're attending the interviews but no job offer because you don't have these necessary skills that an employee is asking, and that's why you can't write an experience. Otherwise you perform all this, do all these hands-on labs either on DevOps and cloud, whether it's Azure DevOps, AWS DevOps, or normal DevOps, containers, Kubernetes, AWS and Azure, and do some project work and put in your resume as an experience. And that's how exactly what Tolu, no IT background. I've got it. Let you know, I got two offer letters based in Ontario, I think it's Canada. And so if someone without an IT background can do these things, I'm sure you can do it too as well and get a job. And that's how you get a job. And not just one. Here's another one, Kader. I've received multiple companies offer letter with good compensation. Another one here, or same, he got, but now two more offer letters, Wipro and Wishwork as well. Another one here, Vinay. I've cracked two companies interview. He's based in UK. So if you do the hands-on lab, you should be getting a project interview. You should be able to get the confidence. So I'm not against certification. You can do certification, but not on the expense or not the cost of doing the hands-on lab or the project work.